Right, so such a lovely day, I decided that I might actually go and have breakfast outside in the sun, just to get some vitamin C. And while I'm at it, have a look at the garden that I'm working on at the moment. The lady that owned this house before me was a bit of a security freak. There's locks everywhere. But, oh yeah, and the name of all her cats that died in the garden. So she had 8 of them when I moved in here. Well, she had 8 when she put the house on the market, and then she had to get rid of 7 of them while she sold it. And so she has only had 1 when I got here, but it was looking at it, it was a very well looked after cat. So anywho, this is the back garden here as it stands. Still a work in progress. That fence fell over last week during a storm. It's only secured by these 2 tie downs, and I'm just working on killing the weeds here in this little bit of a garden, and then I'll be turning it into a raised veggie garden. In the corner there I've got some fresh chilies and tomatoes growing. Here is the little herb garden, all the seeds just thrown in together, and they're sort of growing in a very random mix, but they're growing so well together I think I'll leave it like that. There's some basil, parsley, okra, a few other things. There's some more basil growing in between these ones here, and this is the shed that was on the property. And there's some more names, the bird place and DeFore and Cindy's garden. I take it that was some more cats that didn't make it, and I've taken the opportunity to start cleaning it out last week. It was full of bricks, and I've used those bricks to make a bit of a raised garden here, and I've just got some my pumpkins that I've cut out of the garden, lawn clippings, and I'll be filling that up with some manure and other dry goods and soil, and making a nice wee raised, sort of like a sunroom I guess, for seedlings and stuff before they get planted outside, and for the other things that need to be well sheltered from the direct sun. And this other half here, which is, there's not much to it, is going to be turned into the chicken roosting part of the chicken hutch. As you can see, it's not being used for much there. There's actually a sesame plant over there, sesame leaves, and it's dried now, so I'm going to be getting the seeds from that and replanting them. And then I thought I'd extend this rock path directly across here and make this the run for the chickens, so they can have all this area here, and we'll see how that turns out. But anywho, that's just a quick look at the garden. There's the rubbish that I pulled out of it the other day, and I'll be disposing of that slowly or using it around the house. And this is just an enclosed outdoor dining area, I guess. Oh yeah, another one of my bargains. I picked this up the other day at the disposal store down at the dump. Perfectly good boxing bag. $10. I thought that was a hell of a bargain. So I got it from my brother, he didn't want it, so I'll be using it instead. Anyway, let's get on to breakfast. Hey guys, it's Phil here from the Next 72 Hours. This morning marks the start of my 72-hour challenge eating the Mainstay survival food bars. So this will be day 1. And I'm just coming into the kitchen here to grab some water, because for the duration of this test, I'm going to be giving up my beloved coffee and just drinking water and eating these food bars. Normally I'd probably start the day with one of these, some nice organic coffee, but it'll just be water. I haven't had a chance to go down to the river yet and get some water to filter it with the live straw, but I'll be doing that a little bit later on this afternoon. Grabbing a supply of water. I'll be catching up with fellow YouTuber, not you, not me, and Matthew from the Next 72 Hours as well. So I'll head into the office now with my water and go grab me some breakfast, which I'm looking forward to. Alright, so I'm sort of flipping between cameras at the moment. This is my Galaxy Note 2 camera. I quite like the clarity of it, to be honest, compared to the other one, and at least I can see what I'm doing for the moment while I'm taping. So I'm just sitting outside here in the little sheltered area here. It's just sort of built pretty messy at the moment, and just looking outside into the garden while I tuck into what is bound to be a delicious breakfast. So we'll see. I've tried these bars before, but like many people or many reviewers, I guess I've tried one, thought it tasted alright, and left it at that. So I suspect 3 days of this will be a little bit sickening. And someone has mentioned on the post at the moment that it would have been nice to see this bar left in the original wrapper, and I believe that was Rendar 600, and see how it goes in the original packaging instead of in these little Ziploc bags. And maybe if I get to the end of the 3 days and I'm not feeling like death, I might go another 3 days and make it a real survival situation. Who knows? Just depends how I feel after the first 3 days. But here goes, I guess. As you can see, it's like a Scottish shortbread sort of cake. Supposedly not thirst-invoking. Quite a pleasant lemon flavour. Actually, this is tasty enough that you'd be damn thankful to have one of these in your survival kit, or your bug out bag, or more than one, but in your preparation kits. They're tasty enough, that's for sure, that it'd be a hell of a lot better than foraging for stuff and looking through rubbish bins, but it's not that sort of delicious flavour that you rated at midnight because you were having the munchies or felt a bit peckish. It's a little bit sweet. You can sort of see the sugar granules in it. I don't know if you can. You can definitely taste them, definitely feel the crunch of them. And very compacted. There's a lot of energy in this little bar here, that's for sure. So I guess the only thing that might worry me at this stage is it's quite a small meal. It's not. I don't think it's going to be very filling, but we'll see how that goes. It's certainly a lot less than I'd normally eat for breakfast or any other meal, as you can tell looking at me. And alright, we'll just wait and see how that goes. So. Well, it's rude to talk with your mouth open. But the breakdown on this package suggests it does contain some extra fibre. So I'm hoping it's not going to cause me too many issues, as I have seen on another review, where it'd be important to keep up the water. Just sort of flush it out. So it's finally lunchtime. It's about with 5 hours since I had the first bar, and I've just been out in the garden doing a bit more work on that, and about to have lunch. So, second meal of the day. I must say they're quite tasty. Not bad at all. I don't know so much about the non-thirst provoking, but I've been drinking a fair bit of water. Hey guys, Phil here, Next 72 Hours. This is really wrapping up day 1 of the Mainstay Emergency Ration Bar Challenge. In that, last night I went to Matthew's house, Matthew from the Next 72 Hours, and we were just discussing a few things that we hadn't planned for this channel, and a few trials and videos we wanted to do. And Matthew was eating a delicious lasagna out of a cup, trying to hide it from me so I didn't realise he was eating. And to be honest, I wasn't really that hungry at that time, so that had been about 3 hours since I ate the second bar. And so I didn't eat one then. Then I came home at about 9 o'clock, and fell asleep on the couch while I was watching a few YouTube reviews, and then woke up at 1 in the morning and just went to bed. So actually I'm one bar behind. So yesterday I only had the 2 ration bars, which is about 800 calories. And to be honest with you, I wake up this morning, I'm not really that hungry. I found them quite delicious, to be honest. Like I said, they're sort of a lemony shortbread taste, and yeah, they certainly be very happy to have those in a survival or disaster situation, compared to having to scavenge for food, or they're very convenient. So this morning I'm going to be having another day of the bars, at day 2, and see how it goes. Yeah, not feeling hungry at all, not feeling peckish, drinking lots of water, had no problems with going to the toilet. A lot of people suggested that you'd be blocked up and having issues, but I think if you chew it a lot and it just turns into a sort of a powdery crumble in your mouth, much like a shortbread would, and douse it down with a whole lot of water, not going to have any issues there. I don't know, so far I'm not convinced that they're not thirst invoking, because they're not exactly moist, but they're not exactly dry. So anyway, we'll start day 2 very shortly. This is just a round off of day 1, and so far so good.